Welcome back to the action. We are live at the Mohegan Sun, Connecticut, USA. It's the PartyPoker.net, the PDC US Open, coming to you live and exclusive on Nuts TV. Well, with the best of 5 sets and the best of 3 legs per set, our markers at the board are Dean Williams and Scott Gibling, and our referee in charge of the action is Mr. George Noble. Time to meet the players. Would you please welcome from Alabama, USA, Taz Roger Carter. And from Wolverhampton, England, it's the ace, Chris Mason. Thank you, and time to join our commentary team then, Rod Harrington and Stuart Pike.
Thanks, John. So here we go, the second match of the night. And who will it be, Mr. Carter or Mr. Mason, for a place in the quarterfinals against David Fatton? A good turnout here at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, and a lot of vocal support for the Americans. It would be a major, major story, though, if Carter upsets Mason here tonight.
Well, I don't think it'll be much of an upset, because Roger Carter is a quality player. He's played in World Championships a few years ago, and as I said, he's won a lot of tournaments on the American circuit throughout the 90s, so he has got class. He knows what that big stage is all about. But Chris Mason, we've said for years, he really has got the talent, you know, alongside the Lewis and players like him, but they never seem to do it, and I think it's down to temperament. Chris seems to beat himself up a little bit. So if Roger Carter can get that first set, then he could get advantage on Chris. But if Chris gets that first set, he's the sort of player that likes to lead, and we could see some fireworks.
Yeah, the format, best of 5 sets, but where it becomes tricky.
First set, first leg,
best
Roger
of 3 legs, of course.
Game on.
So anything can and probably will happen throughout the night as we find out who our quarterfinalists will be. So here we go, Carter to get us underway.
100.
Mason, who's reached the finals of 2 big PDC events during 2008, the Players' Championship events in Gibraltar
45.
and a Players' Championship event in the Northwest at Wigan. Lost both finals to John Part and Alan Tabban, respectively.
100.
Well, Carter won the all-important ball and went first and gets off with 2 nice, clean, straight tons. And when you've got the throw, you don't need to do a lot more than that on this short format, because once you start to get behind, the panic does set in. As we've said already this evening, this format is a killer. You can actually play well and still lose, because you're losing that odd, crucial leg.
97.
Well, Mason just dropped 3 sets in getting to
100.
this stage. But Roger Carter, one of the big stories of day one here in Connecticut, beating John Part 3-2. And I watched that match. It was a last leg decider. Carter should have actually won it 3-1, missed darts.
84.
John Part got back in front. Part led 1-0 in the decider. And Carter came back superbly to beat him.
Well, that's the second time that Chris Mason put the first dart in and only walked off at 100. Be disappointed. But Roger Carter now at 120. Pros like this shot out. 2 darts at that treble 20. Now he's missed it. Mason's going to get a chance,
60.
but it's from 156.
Well, we have seen 164, haven't we, in the first match, checked out by Bill Davis. Not this time as far as Mason is concerned. Good little switch, though.
75.
So Carter
Roger
to hold
60.
his throw and to win this first leg. Good marker. Now then, last chance.
50.
Well, a chance probably Mason shouldn't have had.
Well, he shouldn't have, but he's going to get it. But he's only going to get at the dart and the bullseye if he doesn't hit a treble.
Well,
no, he's not even hit the 12 to go at the bullseye. I'd be very disappointed in that. Chris has given Carter another 3 darts.
sloppy. And Carter takes the first leg. Slow start from Mason. I remember at the World Championships, Rod, he played young Bristolian Steve Brown, I think it was, in the first round.
100.
And Mason was reminding me of this. He lost the first set and averaged about 60, you know, and then for the next 3 sets he was absolutely brilliant. And sometimes that's what you get with Chris Mason. Hugely talented.
Well, in that previous leg, Stuart, you know, he hit a 20, then a treble 18, and he went and hit a 1, which left him the 81. If he hit an 18 or a 20, he'd been coming back with a guaranteed 1 dart at a double. So missing that big number, hitting the 1, really cost him that leg. And now he's got to win this leg. It's missing them big numbers. You can't afford to miss the big numbers.
Yeah, perfect first dart that for Mason. Lots of room.
140.
Well in control in this leg. Our referee, George Noble. One of the most distinctive voices in the world of darts.
One of the most distinctive people in darts, I would say. The puppy, as we call him. Now Chris on a 1-2-1. Might go for the 25 here. What's a 36 if he's hit the bullseye? You know what, the amount of times that happens, Stu, you go for that 25 and when you're playing well, you hit the bullseye. Mason certainly played well in this leg.
Well, looks like we're going to a deciding
45.
leg in this first set.
You require 8.
Double 4 for Mason. You have to come down. Yeah, no problem. That was much better. A dominant leg of darts from Chris Mason. World number 20, of course, these days. But significant, of course, for the likes of Mason and Roland Shelton and Colin Lloyd and Ronnie Baxter, who were all in the top half of the draw. And none of them have qualified for the Grand Slam of Darts, which comes up in November. So if they can get to the final here in Connecticut, they will get themselves a place in the Grand Slam. So